Today we are going to be exploring one of the, I'd call it the best rural areas in all of Southwest Florida, called Golden Gate Estates. We're going to talk about some of the history, some of the opportunities. Let's have a fun time. So what attracts people to Golden Gate Estates? And the reality is it's land. People want land. They don't want to have to deal with homeowners associations, which happens in a lot of the gated communities here in Naples and all throughout Southwest Florida. And so in Golden Gate Estates, you have the ability to have wildlife. You can have a horse, you can have chickens. It's the opportunity where you can paint your house any color that you want. You can have an RV, you can have a boat. These are the types of freedoms that a lot of the people who choose Golden Gate Estates like to have as part of their lifestyle. Now, believe it or not, Golden Gate Estates started as a scam by a scammer. This was literally swampland, and in the late 1950s, early 1960s, the Gulf American Land Corporation purchased about 172 square miles of property at a cost of around $100 per acre. Can you imagine how crazy low that was? The deal was back then that they came in and they dug some of the canals to help some drainage and be able to create land from swamp. And so the digging the canals allowed the Everglades to kind of drain. It also gave them some dirt to be able to build up some potential lots and build some roadways with limestone. But they were selling these lots for $30 down and $30 per month for a total cost of $900 per acre. So the developer paid $100 for the land, selling it for $900. And again, this was just swampland. Well, fast forward over the course of the years in Golden Gate Estates, that would have been an amazing investment because the price per acre has gone up significantly since then. And in some cases, you're looking at $100,000 or so per acre, $80,000 to $100,000 per acre. And so that's crazy, coming from the $100 to the $900 to now the price point today for land. It's really a remarkable history. And one of the things that's happened over time is that the size of the lots was generally anywhere from 1.25 acres and up. And right now, that is still the case. The smallest lot that you can get in Golden Gate Estates is just over 1 acre. It's about 1.14 acres. Now, all of the lots are equally deep. They're about 660 feet long. And so depending on if you have a 1.14 acre, or a 1.67 or a 2.5 or a 5, that's going to be the width of the property is what's going to designate how much that is. Now, what the government did over time is they wanted to make sure that there was enough infrastructure in place, and so they made a rule, part of land use, that they were not allowed to go less than 2.5 acres if you're going to subdivide a parcel. So you may think, well, this is a great opportunity. I'm going to buy a 10-acre parcel. I'll put those into 1 acre parcels, and now I'll sell off 10 lots. You cannot do that any longer. You could potentially split that out into 2.5 acre parcels. Now, right here, I'm actually on what would be a very typical home in Golden Gate Estates. This is a 2.5 acre parcel. There's a main home and a guest home. So one of the interesting things that a lot of people choose to do is either build a guest home or build some type of a detached garage or pole barn. And so it creates opportunities for that if you just want to get out of town without being too far away. Now, location-wise, we are east. We're basically east of Naples, but it's still considered Naples, Florida. And depending on where in Golden Gate Estates you are, you could either be 15 minutes from the beaches or as much as 45 minutes if you go significantly east, farther towards the actual Everglades. Now, as you can imagine, without significant restrictions like homeowners associations have, if you're looking to build a home or buy a home in Golden Gate Estates, you have a lot of liberty as far as design, structure, size, that you can have. And so really the imagination, whatever your imagination is, you can almost make happen. That's not with 100% certainty, but generally speaking, unless you have something crazy exotic, it's gonna get through permitting fairly simply. Now, when it comes to price point, you're looking at anywhere from starting in about the $400,000 to $500,000 range up to over $5 million if you're looking for, let's call it a custom brand new luxury home that's on 5 acres or so. You can easily get into those price points, especially in the great locations. Like this particular home is located on one of the canals that made up the original canal system in Golden Gate, and so that's also going to have a nice premium feature to it, and you'll pay a little bit more for something like that. Now, as the area continues to grow, the county is required to keep up with the development. And so one of the recent changes that happened, actually started in 2022, was the Vanderbilt Beach Road extension. And what that's going to do is that's going to connect Vanderbilt Beach Road further into Golden Gate Estates, and basically, it's a very good thing for the area to relieve some of the traffic, because really since COVID, Golden Gate Estates has really exploded. A lot of people want more space, a lot of people want the acreage, and that's why it's become so popular. So if you'd like a tour of Golden Gate Estates, or you'd like to learn more information, me and my team would be honored to be able to communicate with you and work with you about that possibility. The information is in the description below, and as always, if you could do me a favor and like the video, subscribe to the channel, that really helps the YouTube algorithm show a little love our way for putting in the work for the videos for you. Have a blessed day. Thanks.